What's cracking, everybody? It's your boy PJ Woods with the Heady Club. Episode 2 is live right now, and we got a special one. I'm right here with my boy
Jordy P in the building. We got also a special guest right here, man. My boy Spiral right here, man. He's a artist slash editor slash music creator. He does a lot of things, but we're gonna dive in today. Get a little bit to know him today. Why don't you introduce yourself, man? Let the people know what you do. What's your get done?
What's going on, guys? I go by Spiral, but yeah, I'm a music maker out of Long Beach. Do electronic music.
Hell yeah.
About 10 years, bro.
That's dope. That's dope. We're gonna smoke a couple things, man. You wanna let them know a couple of our sponsors today?
Yeah, we're gonna have my boy gonna be reviewing some jars today. We got Quale.
Hell yeah. Shout out
He
Quale.
sent over some banana punch for us to try out. You wanna smell this, brother?
Fire,
Super
bro.
fire. Super
Smell
fire.
that. Check it
Quality
out.
all day.
Yes, sir.
What's the cross on that one right there?
Banana OG and Purple Punch.
Fire, man. Super fire. Quale's always putting out some super fire fruity terps, of course, man. He's known for those papayas, man. He's known
And it
for the
looks-
fruity gassiness.
It looks insane.
It looks insane. Always clean washes from Quale, man. He's putting out the best product right now, I can tell you. He's really stepped it up this past couple months, man. He's won a couple competitions under his belt, actually, man. So Quale's really doing his thing out here, man.
Yeah, and shout out Crafted Strains Delivery Service out of Long Beach.
Of course, always.
Always quick to the door with our deliveries, and today they donated some flour for us to try out.
We got some fire indoor flower to smoke up today, man. Some dulce.
Check this out, brother. That's some Dulce by Crafted Strains.
Super fire, man.
Ooh, it's herpy.
What are you smelling right there? What are you getting right here?
Candy.
Super fire candy, man.
Sweet but gassy. This
I know
one's
everybody
crazy.
hate on the candies, but man, Crafted, I always know, comes with that fire, candy, gassy smoke, man.
Hell yeah. Thank you to our sponsors. Let's get into this episode. Stay
gonna be a
tuned,
fire
guys.
one.
Make sure you guys subscribe, like, and share this to all your friends and family.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate you guys. All right, you guys. Thanks for tuning in today. We're going to get right into sampling some of this flour right here. I'm going to go ahead and break down a backwood. And you already know my boy Jordy Pizza break down a joint for us.
Hell yeah.
So we're going to be able to let Brendan sample this in flour, in joint form and in backwood form, so he can gauge the taste on it.
Yes, sir.
And while we're going to be doing that, you want to go ahead and dive into some of these jars and let us know how that Quale tastes, brother.
Yes, sir. Let us know what you're smelling on there, how it's tasting and everything. If it tastes how it smells, you know? That's a big key factor for sure.
Let's see how this goes.
How does it look?
Consistency's fire.
Check out.
Stab into it real quick.
Have you tried Quale before?
Check
I
this
have, yeah. I've tried it a lot,
Okay.
actually.
Okay.
This brand is super fire.
Yeah,
Batches are consistent, and the flavors are true.
that's fire.
Flavors
Yeah.
are true.
Yeah, for sure he's putting out a lot of quality, guys. If you guys have a chance to pick up Quale anywhere, for sure you guys can check them out at Crafted Strains Delivery Service. I know they carry Quale, of course, but for sure you got to get your hands on some.
Yeah, catch him at a local event or something like that. I know he's at all your local events.
Yes, sir.
I believe he's going to be at the Trans Bay competition on the 31st. And he's going to be at the what is this, APG event?
Yeah, the Sterling Manor over
The
there.
Sterling Manor
He's going
in
to pop out. I think it's going to be in Malibu coming up this 31st, I think, or so.
Hell yeah. So,
I've always wanted to go to one of those events.
Oh, hell yeah. They're super dope, man. We've popped out to a couple. We've showed love out there, man. There's a lot of fire vendors out there
You
always.
definitely have to come out to one of the events with us.
This
bro.
recent one, you're going to have to come out for sure.
Yeah, it's always been like on my to-do list for sure. I'm always stuck at the deliveries, man.
Oh, yeah?
Deliveries, no joke.
Oh yeah, tell us a little bit about that, man. Tell us a little bit like what you do. What's your what do you work for, man? Like what do you do? Like what's your job?
Yeah, my day job's pretty chill. Just do delivery for one of the local head shop, weed shops.
Yeah, that's fire.
In Long Beach.
That's fire.
We actually have our own grow license, which is pretty chill.
That's fire. That's fire.
We have like a little showroom that you can see all the flower when you're copying your stuff.
Damn, that's super fire. I'm gonna have to go check that out one day.
How long have you been with them, and how long have you been in the industry?
I've been with them about 6-7 months, and that's like my first cannabis job.
Okay,
fire.
Nice. It's always good. My first cannabis job was a bud tender. Yeah, my first cannabis job was a bud tender at a trap shop. What'd you start off doing?
Delivery.
Delivery. Nice, nice. That could be crazy, road running all day, huh?
Yeah, because one of my homies, he got me the job over there. I was always applying, but they needed a delivery driver. I was like, I mean, I got a clean record, but
Nice, nice. How have you liked it so far?
it's mad chill, bro. All the grannies, they be ordering all the gummies.
Damn.
That they
Shout out
do.
to all the grannies out there, man, ordering all the gummies,
Shout
man.
out to all your grandmas. They do be ordering. Nah, yeah, brother. How long you been smoking?
Probably since I was a freshman in high school.
Okay.
Super fire.
Listen, how old are you? I heard some music you were playing earlier. You sound like a '90s baby. You're playing
Yeah.
some good old school jams.
Yeah, bro. 27, 27.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
So definitely grew up in like '98.
Yeah.
So a lot of like my influence definitely comes from the '90s, and my brothers and my mom put me on to all the oldies for sure.
That's what's up, brother.
Yeah.
I
Super
definitely
fun.
heard that earlier. We were vibing out before this podcast was going down.
Yeah, my boy was showing us some beats he made. Of course, super fire. He's super fire at making some of those. Tell us a little bit more about that, like your style of music, how you got into that, what you like about it, what some of the projects you have worked on, or your future projects actually that you are working on.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, bro. First things first, this quality is fire.
Yeah.
Quality is fire, bro. The banana punch, true.
Yeah.
Straight banana on the front end, and then you get like some nice like straight tropical punch on
It's
that
heavy?
tail
It's
end.
heavy?
Yeah, it's nice. It's not super super heavy.
Yeah.
I'd say
Smooth.
definitely super smooth.
Super smooth.
Very clean taste.
Good.
But yeah, as far as the music goes, man, been making music since I was like probably a junior in high school. Like, I was in a mall one time shopping with my parents, and I saw like a music board like in one of the shops, and I was like, "Yo, that looks crazy." I was like, "I want to go play with that. Like, that shit looks tight." So we walked in, I started messing around with it, and from there it was just like, whoa! Like, I just felt how like expressive you could like really be, and like that's all I really wanted. I just wanted to kind of just express myself. So
That's what's up, huh?
That's dope.
and I started learning how to do like hip hop beats because that's what I was into at the time. I was into like Future. Future just dropped Dirty Sprite 2.
Oh, it was going off at the time.
Bro,
Yeah,
and
that's
everybody
like
wanted to
prime
be like
Future right there
like
for
Nick
sure.
Mira, you know what I'm saying? Everyone wanted to produce. So like, I was producing hip hop beats for a while, like trying to make stuff for like artists and stuff. And then at one point, like during college, I was like, maybe I just like be my own artist. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Super
Started
fire.
kind of like venturing out into like making my own sounds and doing that. Started experimenting a lot that way.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
And then
Super
how,
dope.
how'd you get the name Spiral? Does that
Yeah.
come from the music, or how'd you get that nickname? bro?
Yeah. So it's funny because like it kind of comes from I've been playing Call of Duty like my whole life. No joke.
That's
like,
so funny.
so like that was one of the first names that I like kind of stuck with, and then like at the time I was producing, so like it kind of just made sense to just kind of roll with that
Oh
because
yeah.
I've always been interested in like spirals, and that's what everybody called me on Call of Duty. They'd be like, "Oh, spirals."
Do you do like the trick shotting and stuff like that? Or is that...
Yeah,
So like
yeah.
maybe like the 360 stuff, the trick shotting, the
We
720s, and
gotta
all
play
that
it,
shit.
man. My
Yeah.
profile is I'm the 3-incher online, so if you guys
This
catch
guy.
me online, I'm
Don't
the
add this
3-incher.
If you add this guy, you're gonna have to carry this guy. Trust me.
You're not gonna have to carry much. Nah, I'm just kidding, man.
No, yeah, I love Call of Duty, bro.
Yeah,
Love
what's
it.
your favorite? Like you like playing like what game mode's your favorite?
Do you play
Uh,
the current one? You play the current one or like the old
Yeah.
one still?
Yeah, I still like stay up to date with Call of Duty. I even watch like some competitive sometimes.
Oh, that's fire.
Okay.
Because like for me, like when Warzone dropped, like during
Yeah.
COVID,
Yeah.
it was like a whole new thing. It was like,
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because obviously Fortnite and all that stuff was out, so the battle royale was like kind of new for
Yeah.
me. But at least for me, I've always been in the competitive nature of it. So like when they started adding like rocket launchers and all that stuff, I was like, bro, I could die from anywhere. That's
Yeah.
not chill.
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah.
chill. So
And then all the cheating too, right?
dude, yeah, the cheating, it's out of hand. Out of hand.
All you hackers, I hate you.
I'm
hate
looking at
you.
you. I'm looking at
hate
you,
you.
bro. Nah, for
They
real.
really killed that game for us, huh?
Yeah, yeah. And so like I kind of just been playing competitive, so it's like more like 4-on-4, and,
That's
like more like
super
search
fun.
and destroy, and
Okay.
like where it's you and your boys, and it
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
feels like when you first started playing Call of Duty, where it's like you and your homies just trying to win, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy how like clutching up a game, you get such like an adrenaline rush. Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you feel it. You
When
feel like
it's
Kobe.
that when it's that
You
one
feel
v
like
two
Kobe.
or that you got to clutch up real quick. It's
Yeah.
like it's
Because all eyes are on you.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, bro, I'm the last alive. Like,
oh yeah.
Do you do any streaming like that or yeah?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah, absolutely.
fire.
Definitely during like the whole COVID. That's when like I was like, I mean, that's what
Okay.
I
You went
want
all
to
in
do.
on it, huh?
Yeah,
Streaming and everything.
yeah. I
That's
learned all
super.
about it. Learned like how to use cameras and stuff. So
Right
that was
on.
like kind of where I took off.
Okay.
That's
Dope.
sick.
Were
Yeah.
you always like into the dab game? You could say like were you always dabbing it up?
Yeah, not. I say this all the time. Like I was not dabbing right. Like
Yeah.
no way,
No,
no
for
way.
sure. Everybody has to learn somewhere. I for sure
Yeah.
wasn't dabbing like this. He for sure wasn't always dabbing like this. This is kind of like, just kind of a new way of dabbing, keeping your pieces clean and things like that, of course, is very important. As you guys know, you don't want none of that nasty reclaim all up in your dab every time.
You ever take a reclaim dab?
Ah, man. I have a long time ago, but those days are long gone, We only smoke that
I
rosin over
started
here.
smoking on a skillet back in the day. Those metal skillets with like the bell on
Oh,
top.
oh yeah, yeah.
Damn,
That
the
was
skillet. That's crazy.
Yeah, they
yeah,
used to be metal. They used to be metal.
and they used to be very
And you
hot.
put a cap on it. You put a cap on it and stuff, right? Right,
Yeah,
right, right.
well, so the way it would work was like it would swing. It was like on this like lever, and it would swing. You would torch it up like right here, and then you would swing it underneath the bell,
Jesus.
and then you just put your dab on the metal skillet, and it would go up into the bell, into the bong or rig or whatever we used back then.
No temp checkers either.
Nah, back then if it was red man go, red man go.
Fuck, man.
If it was red, it was hot enough to go.
Yeah, you put your hand up to it. If you like felt the little sizzle on your hairs. Nah, nah, nah,
Yeah.
nah, nah.
Thank goodness for the temp checkers today, man.
I've seen some funny stuff back in the day. I've seen some people like some of their stuff just go up in flames because there's so much BHO and gases in there that
Oh,
it's
it's dangerous. Oh, it's dangerous for sure.
Yeah.
All those people dealing with that shit, man. Dangerous.
I'm glad I'm not smoking BHO no more. There's still
Yeah.
some good diamonds out there. I'm not
For
gonna lie.
sure.
Nature's Lab, shout out Nature's Lab. They still be having some award-winning, real clean stuff.
For sure. If you clean it
Um,
right, man, for sure, properly, some good BHO hits.
Chill Extracts has some good BHO. And who else? My boy Mystery Farms out in the high desert, always still rocking the sauce and the diamonds, you know.
Shout out, man. The diamonds, they hit you. I mean, for sure, they get
No,
you
Mystery
faded,
Farms,
man.
man. The BHO hits you different.
Exactly.
It gives you a whole different high. It's just like it's really one of those body like
It's
get
intense,
you
for
sweating.
sure.
When was the last time you took a BHO dab?
I'm ashamed to say it was probably like 2 or 3 months ago.
Oh, okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Don't worry, mine was like last week.
Yeah, I mean, if you smoke some good BHO, ain't nothing wrong with some good BHO.
Yeah, it was one of the homies. He was like, "Yo, you gotta try this." Some honey bananas, and I was like,
Okay.
honestly, I haven't smoked BHO in probably like 3 or 4 years. Like,
Yeah,
fuck it.
but you said fuck it.
One of
Yeah.
the buddies from your shop, or yeah. See, that's how it is. We're always sampling stuff out and trying everything. So
Of course, yeah.
I know
yeah,
how
yeah.
it goes.
Yeah, you're always trying to expand for sure with everything
What's
that you've tried.
so what hashes where you're really at, or flower? What are you smoking more of
Yeah,
nowadays?
what's more of your
Yeah,
preference?
mostly hash nowadays. Honestly.
Okay.
Okay.
I really do love me a hash hole. Like
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Nice.
the pairings, like
Super fire.
Like for me, it's like the flavor's there, and it's always been there since like you switch over, really. Like, and it's way better for your lungs. So, I'm saying that's why I've stuck with hash.
And do you roll hash holes yourself, or
Yeah.
Okay, fire.
Yeah.
I
I'm
haven't
getting
got there
better.
yet.
I'm getting better. Getting better.
There's definitely a technique to rolling them and smoking them, right?
Yeah, you gotta know both for sure, cause like I've picked up a hash hole and didn't know how to smoke it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, why is this shit burning so whack? I was like,
It
Peop-
for sure matters on what you use, the combos and things like that. Yeah.
They call me the hash hole Nazi because I'm like watching it go around, and I'm like, hey, don't hit it. Hey, give it like 30
Yeah.
seconds.
This
Let it
guy's
breathe.
always timing
Turn
it, making
Yeah.
sure
It's-
everybody's smoking
yeah.
it properly. But shout out to you for that.
yeah, you're the
'Cause
sensei.
Shit.
not gonna lie, we
man.
haven't had a hash hole that's fucked up so far because of my boy right here. So
I'm not gonna lie. Shout out Rome's Rolls. That my boy be putting some good directions on his hash holes, so you read the sign, and you can definitely learn how to smoke it correctly. Because I had the same thing the first time I had one. It was side burning, but like obviously we weren't letting it breathe. We're just like
Hitting that
trying to
bitch,
hit.
huh?
See, everyone's trying to get the hash first, you know.
Right, right.
Everyone's like, and it was just like side burning crazy. But yeah, next time we gotta get smoke hash hole with you, brother. We got the Black Mamba
For
hash
sure, we got
holes.
some good fire
Yeah,
hash
I
holes
don't know if
to
you tried that
review.
one yet.
I have not the Black Mamba, no.
That one's super gassy. We have to talk to Big Crafted for our sponsorship for the next one when you come back on.
Bro.
What kind of rig is that, and what are you dabbing out of?
So this is a slob with a Toro banger. This is the quartz core reactor, and about to go in on some real deal Mad Hasher. This is the
Fire.
Philharmonic Guava Titties.
Stop playing with them.
I'm saying,
Here, you gonna put that back over there?
Yes, sir.
And Jordy P's wrapping up this joint right here.
Yes,
I'm about to
sir.
start rolling this big old backwood. You know how I do.
We could spark the joint up first, see how it's smoking, of course, while you're still finishing that right there.
How did that break down?
Oh, super good, super sticky. The nugs are super dense on it, man. I only needed one big, good sized chunky nug, and it's at least like a good 3 grammer right here for sure.
Sheesh. That rig is so fire, bro.
thank
Yeah.
you,
How
bro.
long have you had that?
I've had it for about
Looks like a-
8 months.
Fire.
I like it. I'm
Yeah.
really into the CFL stuff.
It's crazy because I saw this in the shop, and then I don't know, like, it was probably like a couple days later, or maybe a week later or some shit. I had a dream, and this was in the dream.
Get out of
And
here.
I was like, okay, I gotta go.
So when you seen it, you knew you like it was just love at first
I was
or
like,
second sight
true,
because you dreamed it, right?
true. I was like, okay, that might be a sign, bro. Might be a sign.
That's what's up, bro. It's always dope when you see something and you just have that connection with those rigs, you know. I got a nub master right here, my homie. That fool has like one hand, and other hand his fingers got burnt off, and
Damn.
he makes some fire rigs still, bro. And so I was lucky enough to get one of the last ones. He hasn't made glass in a while, but I got one of the last nub masters out there.
Fire. I have like a Hensley in that shape. I love a little tube.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, these tubes be smacking, bro. The tubes be smacking. But those recyclers, I definitely need to hit that before the night's over, bro.
Oh yeah, the function was looking pretty fire on that one.
Yeah, it's super nice. Honestly, I love me a recycler.
Oh yeah. Hey, so let's get back into the music, brother. You said you're into the electric, music and stuff like that. What got you into that
Yes, sir.
genre? And like, what artists and producers drove you to go in that direction?
Yeah. So there's definitely a few, like, growing up, like, obviously you have like your staple kind of people like Skrillex and Dead Mouse and
Mhm.
stuff. Those
Yeah.
were, like, at least for me, the two kind of cats that I was listening to.
Dead
But-
Mouse was a legend back in the days.
For
Killed
sure.
it. He
Yeah,
killed it. He
for
killed
sure.
it.
Yeah, honestly, and it's like he had a big influence, I guess, on like the synths and stuff that I like to use.
Nice.
But I'd like to say that along my way, like my music journey, like there's been so many influences.
Yeah.
It's not just like electronic producers, but
Okay.
obviously like all walks of music, like I've been always about for sure.
Dope. Have you released like any projects? You have any projects out already, or you got
Yeah.
some upcoming ones also?
Yeah, I've got some projects out already on Spotify and Apple Music, SoundCloud,
Okay.
and then got some stuff I'm working on right now.
Dope.
And then obviously got a bunch of stuff that can't
So-
talk about.
With your projects, you of course, your music, of course, you go and do a lot of events and DJing and things like that. Like what are some of the dope events that you've been to as of recent that you can recall and you could tell us about that were pretty dope?
I'd say it's like off the top of my head, one of the dopest for sure is like I used to in college. I actually got to DJ for Red Bull, which was
Oh, that's
super
fire.
That's
dope.
super dope.
They had like a big ass armored truck that they brought to campus, and I got to DJ on that and play whatever I wanted. For a couple hours, I was up there, and then what was sick is they liked it so much they invited me to their headquarters. So I got to do the same thing at their headquarters for like a luncheon,
That's fire.
and their headquarters is massive.
Yeah.
You go
Yeah.
to fucking Santa Monica, it's like fat. It's fat. Like you have to like walk 4 hallways to get the bathroom.
No kidding.
No,
Yeah.
for sure. That's a dope experience for sure. Like
Yeah.
that they gave you the opportunity to come out to their place and show you love,
Yeah.
for all the music that you make and things like that. So that's
Yeah.
cool they put you on and stuff like that.
Yeah, like your taste as an artist for sure matters. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like
Yeah,
your
it
influence
could
and
take you places and things like that for sure, hundred
of course.
percent.
Did you go to EDC? That should.
Dude, yeah, yeah. All the way when I was in college, I went to EDC a couple times, and
Okay.
my best friend, I was like, dude, you gotta come. So
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
me and my good friend, we bought his ticket. We dragged him there,
Yeah,
bro.
no, the festival. I tell people festivals are like something you need to
for
experience
sure.
once in your life.
For real.
The vibes there. Pasquale's done a great job of like putting on a great experience for people, from the art to the music, bringing in these artists from all over the world. It's crazy when you get in these like warehouses, and you have some good drum and bass or anything crazy. It's like you get lost. You're like, oh shit, it's daytime out here.
Right. Especially the really good ones that can just make it really seamless. And
Definitely.
like all types of music, like you don't have to like it everything,
Hmm.
but you know what I'm saying? If somebody made that, it's kind of cool that, something from nothing.
Yeah, no
That's what I
kidding.
always tell people.
No kidding. No, so how long have you been into the EDM music? Like it's like that one, like hardcore. How long have you been into that?
I'd probably say like more so in this side of music, like I'd say about 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Because like the deeper you get into electronic music, you kind of like figure out stuff that you like and what you don't like.
Mhm.
And not to say that like other stuff isn't better than other stuff, but your ears kind of get more acquainted with like more like kind of quality stuff. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
start to pick apart like, okay, the main difference is in the quality.
yeah.
Same thing with the rosin. You know what I'm saying?
Like
Ah, I
what
feel
people
it.
like too, and also things like that also
Hmm.
matters for sure. You want your audience to like what you're putting out,
So there's
things
a
like
bunch of
that.
like subgenres and like the electrical stuff. What would you put yourself in? Because I know there's like trance. You have like drum and bass,
Yeah, house
and
music, things like
what
that.
what would you say is your favorite out of those?
It's a glitch hop.
Glitch
Glitch
hop.
hop. Oh
Yeah.
man, I haven't even heard of that one. That's a new
Yeah,
one.
Can
yeah,
you tell
glitch
us a little
hop.
Shout
about
out
what
all
what
the
that
glitch
is?
Yeah,
hoppers.
glitch
What is
hop.
glitch hop?
So glitch hop basically it's like basically in like that same tempo that hip hop is.
Uh huh.
Okay.
So like kind of that old school vibe. So it's like a lot of the
Nice.
newer cats they produce in like that 140, 150 range, and you can always produce in that range too. But a lot of the older hip hop cats they're producing in like these 80s and 90s. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Okay.
And so it gives it more of a little bounce. Like
That's
we
fire.
we kind of like owe it to this guy Jay Dilla, and
Okay, yeah, I know
it's like
Jay Diller.
Jay Dilla bounce. You know what I'm saying?
That's fire.
Super fire.
Exactly. So
Jay
like
Diller's from the East Coast, right?
yeah. So he's got like one of these styles where it's like super distinct, where
Hmm.
everything is kind of swung and stuff, where it's like, you know, off grid, where it has a more natural vibe to it. And a lot of the glitch hop is that same way, where it's that same hip hop feel with all the drums and stuff,
Hmm.
but all of the sounds that you're hearing a little bit more glitchy.
That's fire.
Hmm.
Hell
So
yeah,
it's like
I need to
mixing.
listen to some of that.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
When you go out there, do you like to partake in any like shroomies or any,
You do like any of those psychedelics or anything
Yeah,
like that?
yeah. I definitely had my time. I had my time for
Hell
sure.
yeah, no, because it's definitely cool to be out there and
Experience
just
that.
experience just the music, but it takes it to a whole nother level when you go out there and just take some
And you're
mushrooms
vibing.
to vibe
Yeah.
out there and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, like being out there with your homies, listening to the music, especially camping. If you go to a camping festival, it's one of the best experiences
Yes.
you could do. Like you and your homies just waking up, get to go to listen to music, bro. It's fantastic.
I thought Spiral was his raver name.
And you see me on the dance floor, I'd be like,
Nah, that's cool, bro. I've been into like the electric music for a while.
yeah,
It's since back. I've been to Monster Massive. TAO. I've been to tons of events, and like you said, those camping ones are a whole nother experience.
yeah.
I've got lost, and you have people with the dopest vibes there, and yeah, man, it's a great experience. Go check out your next festival, you guys. You guys got to go check it out. Hit us up. We'll go with you. Huh?
Yeah, for real.
Hey, write down below if you guys been to EDC or any big events, and write down which ones and how your time was.
Yes, sir. Let us know, like, if you want us to pop out and do any of those events too. Come through, do vlogs, things like that. We're trying to get into a little bit of everything for sure on this channel. This
Hell
Dulce is really smoking too, by the way. Already started a little
yeah.
It
little
tastes
oil ring
crazy,
right
right?
here.
That's a fatty.
We got the little camera going, little action camera going on it.
Throw another banger on early. Gotta keep the bangers in rotation with these disorderlies, huh?
These are fantastic.
They come in handy.
Yeah, I have one for my living room.
Usually we have like the 3-piece or low. You know, we gotta get the 4-piece set up right here.
Yeah, I'm trying to get all my roommates to dab more.
Yeah.
That's always the mission.
No, definitely.
One of them, he's got a heady piece. He's got a glass hole.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's fire. This looks nice already.
Yeah, I remember like back. Damn, my shit keeps dying on us.
That means it's time for another dab.
The dab off.
Yeah. We got extra turpometers and stuff.
Yeah,
too,
we
if
got a
you
little
need.
turpometer. You can use this dab
You
right,
gotta-
of course. We
I
got all
guess we're
the
just taking hot dabs.
accessories.
Hey, give him another dab right.
But yeah, I remember like taking dabs back in the day, and once I got to college, like I had a homie who
You need another dab right?
yeah, I'll take this, thank you.
Huh?
I had like a homie who was just like dabbing a little bit like more consistently than I was. I was like, whoa, like he was like picking up from like Jungle Boys and stuff, and this was like kind of, I want to say like 2018 or so, and
That was back when you get to be able to squish your nugs on in there.
Yeah, press your own
That was
rosin
cool.
right there.
yeah,
I
back
miss those days.
pre-COVID for sure.
Yeah, those shout out Jungle Boys. They really killed it back then, and they laid down the foundation in LA for a lot of people. You know, I would go in there and get the shatter for like you'd get some fire grams for like $20. You know,
Yeah.
like they would kill it with the.
They had a super fire like flower strain too, like the tsunami. That one was super fire.
All the orange cookies are my favorite. All the orange. Got a couple good ones.
Yeah, and he basically kind of put me onto some fire shatter, and I was like, damn, like maybe I should get back into dabbing. Because like I was just taking hot dabs off of the nail in the garage. So,
Yeah.
that's when we started dabbing a little bit better, and then started getting way back more into it, where I was like, whoa, like now they got crushed diamonds and they got batters and whatever type of consistency that you want.
They got all jams and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
when did you start dabbing in the hash rosin and stuff more? Because no, me is only like 2 years ago myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that wasn't until I want to say like 2022, 23 maybe. No,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, right.
probably like 21, 22, I'd
Okay.
say.
And you were picking all your rosin up from like the shops, like dispos and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, the shops and
Okay.
just from the homies too. Like, I'd find out that they'd have some local LA cats that were doing it themselves. Where I was like, damn, like this is way better.
Yeah. What are some of those rosin that you started smoking early on? What's some of the brands that you
Yeah,
tried?
definitely 710.
Okay,
710 was one
710
of the
Labs.
first few ones I was smoking for sure. As far as rosin, I was like, okay, yeah, this is.
That's a pretty good one as far
fire.
as
This
what
is
they
pretty
have
fire.
that's available inside the dispos.
It's
I
pretty
mean,
consistent.
yeah.
Like, I always recommend people like if you want like a consistent one, if you're in a pinch, they got it.
Hmm. What was your favorite local shop to go to back in the day?
If I can remember, shoot. Gosh. I don't know. I would always give money to the homies and they would
Yeah.
yeah. Or
They
we'd
just
have
go
like a
in
little
for you?
delivery
Yeah.
service.
Oh,
And
okay.
it would just be kind of like you just get a number and it'd be like
They pull up on
They
you.
pull up.
Yeah,
Yep.
and they have
That's just
a
how it
menu and stuff. Yeah, that's it.
yeah.
I used to check out like the OC Weekly back then and stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm.
call in those deals and stuff. You know? Get a little 10-gram special or something.
Damn, that's fire.
Now I just call Crafton and get the 10-gram special. Shout out Crafton.
Shout out, Craft.
Always with the big deals, you know.
Delivering quick. That's what I like. Quick
Quality.
to my door.
Quality for sure.
Always.
Cause this is smoking crazy right here.
I think after that one, my boy, we gotta get the production a little faded right here. You know, they're
Yeah,
looking
let's
a
pass
little.
that to our camera guy.
They're looking a little too. Looking a little sad right now behind the scenes. You know, it's like they need an uplift.
Shout out our production team. They're putting great work, man. We have
Yeah.
a big team. They do a lot. They set up this wonderful interview.
Yes,
We've
sir.
been super excited. This was the upcoming artist. He's like the jack of all trades, if you will.
Yeah.
His Swiss Army knife right here. This guy edits, he'll rap the song, he'll edit the song, he'll promote. No, just kidding. He'll do it all though. When you get more into the music though, man, what
Yeah.
projects do you have coming off of the whole Spiral and
Yeah, what are some upcoming projects you have lined up for this year? What are some of your future plans with the whole music thing you have going on?
Yeah, absolutely. So as far as the music goes, like I'm kind of in like production mode where I'm just making a lot of tunes, and I
Okay.
make them in kind of like these batches where like I'll make 3 or 4 of them maybe in a day, and I'll choose like the best one out of that day, right? So I kind of make a lot in a week,
Mhm.
but sometimes I'll make not a lot in a week, but it just kind of depends on that time of the day, you know. And every artist is different, and I think every artist should just like naturally live their life.
Mhm.
Sometimes it can just consume you.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah, so
so you let
how
like the good you let
yeah.
it just come to you, or like what's your
Yeah, how's that?
creative
Yeah,
process
exactly.
like?
How's that creative process going into everything? How do you balance? Obviously, you said you work delivery a lot. I know that can be like how that could be pretty long shifts sometimes. Maybe probably like 6 hours, 8 hour shifts.
Yeah.
Probably.
So
How
like
how's
basically
that?
like I'll work the evenings at the delivery, and then in the mornings I'll try to like work on music, right?
Okay.
Whether it's like working on a beat, but sometimes like even just sitting down at the desk and just like organizing your stuff,
Hmm.
making sure that you have all the right tools that you need to make a beat.
Will help your creative process go, right?
100%.
That's fire. That's some good advice right
You know what I'm
there.
saying?
Is there anybody that you picked up any of these, intangibles off of, like a teacher, if you will, or anything in the music, or it did
YouTube, bro.
Just all
YouTube?
YouTube. You
Shout
taught
out
yourself.
I
YouTube.
swear you go to YouTube, you
Yeah.
kind of figure out what you want. Like you figure out, oh, these fools are doing it the wrong way. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like you learn a lot from YouTube. That's
Oh,
like,
that's super fire to know
Yeah.
that you pretty much are self-taught in a sense, you know?
Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
independent and stuff like that is.
Like a lot of the graphic stuff and a lot of the film stuff I learned from college and like sitting in lectures and stuff. But like even then, like I was on my computer. I was producing music
Yeah.
in class. You know what I'm saying? I was
Yeah.
trying to make way better beats than I was yesterday.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
it's like
It's like your passion for sure. For
100%.
sure.
So it's like every time you're sitting at the desk and you make something and then it sounds way better than it did before, it just makes you want to keep going.
That's
Okay.
what's up, man.
Super fire.
Keep it up, brother.
Yeah.
The music's definitely not an easy one to tackle. That industry is always changing so much and stuff, and to keep up with the what's going to be the next hottest beat or whatever, it's got to be
Yeah.
crazy.
I always
Uh,
say this like you're only in competition with yourself, really.
you want
Yeah.
to try this out?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. That's a Deuce Ray from Crafted.
Hmm.
Yeah, you
Got a little
definitely.
dab for you if you
Oh shoot, you got one lined up for me?
yeah.
Let's see, what do we got right here? Shoot.
That one's the rose gold. This one's the cold world.
Cheers. Thank you. That's it. So effortless. See? For the function, so nice, bro. Where it tastes so good.
Sheesh.
Thank you. So you went to school in Long Beach, right? Cal State Long Beach?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is that
I
where you
think
grew
the
up originally, or where'd you originally grow up? Is that where you're originally from, Long Beach?
nah. So I moved to Long Beach. Was that 2016? Uh, and I moved over there from Murrieta to Temecula area.
Okay.
So I'm from like the IE.
Okay. Dope.
Um, moved to Long Beach State for college. Um, wanted to be like a film kid, but I wanted to do like sound design and stuff like movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I was working on beats like on the side. And so when I got to college, I was like, cool, now I can kind of like explore music and sound, but not be like, oh, I'm a music kid. I have to learn like scales and be kind of forced to learn like instrumentation and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So I was able to just kind of vibe and just learn music on my own time, which like allowed it to kind of be the passion that it actually was.
Yeah, definitely. When something's not forced upon you, and you do have a little interest, you can gain that passion a little
Exactly.
easier. You know.
Exactly. Comes
Mm.
natural to you more for sure. It's
Like if
something like it doesn't feel like work, It's something that you love to do. So
yeah, like if your dad is like forcing you to play soccer every day your whole life, you
Mm.
might not like soccer.
for sure,
Yeah. No,
you
for
don't
sure.
want to pursue that. That isn't your dream. For sure.
So let me ask you something. Let's say a freshman Spiral. What was his top five bands, and then what are your top five bands now? How have you changed in your music taste
Bands. Like
or artists?
Yeah,
You can go
artists,
artists.
artists too. Yeah,
DJs, things like that. Yeah.
So my 5 hours from high school and then 5 hours from now.
yeah. I want to see how your music taste has changed.
Word. So 5 hours from high school, I'd say Mac Miller, E40,
Fire, fire.
Jack Johnson, vibes.
Okay.
Uh, let's see here. Also some like I used to listen Panic at the Disco.
Okay, that was a
Some
class back in the day. That was cracking.
vibes.
Yes,
Vibes,
yes,
bro.
yes.
Vibes. And the last one, who was I listening to? Definitely some hip hop, like
Yeah.
definitely like Lil Wayne.
Okay. Lil Wayne
Wayne.
is
Yeah.
For
peak
sure.
back in the day. Still
For sure.
killing it.
Yeah, that's the dog.
And then what about now?
Now, definitely a lot more electronic music.
Okay.
Now I'm listening to like Resonant Language, of course, Tipper, but also like I'm listening to like a lot of old school cats too at the same time. Like
Okay.
Big L,
Big L's fire.
Big L,
Big L.
fire.
Rest in peace, Big L.
Listened to a lot of Getter lately.
Okay.
Getter's fire. He's got like new school style, but like kind of in that same lane as like Suicide Boys, where it's kind of rap, but like more like quick, and like the beats are like grimy. The beats
Yeah.
are grimy.
Well, I'm going to check him out.
And then like last one, I'd probably say Snuffy, another electronic producer, fire.
Killing it right now?
Fire, killing it. He's producing like music that sounds like you're like in the UK, which is like crazy. Like to just be able to like make songs that like would pop off in a whole nother fucking country.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Fire.
Yeah.
I'm about to check him out. Snuffy, huh?
Snuffy.
Shout out
Fire.
Snuffy.
Shout out
Killing it.
Snuffy. Killing it.
Man, y'all go check him out and run it up.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, that's going to be a fire one.
Yeah.
Vibe out to that, huh?
Yeah, for real. Vibes. Like you throw that on like driving down PCH, chilling.
That's what you do on your deliveries, huh? Throw some Snuffy.
Snuffy. Yeah. For real.
That's what's up, dog.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. Yeah, that electrical music is such a wide range, man. I be tripping out on the different sounds, and it's dope that you can incorporate the hip hop and and
Mhm.
your vibes into it like no
Right.
problem.
Yeah, 100%, bro. I think it's all about just kind of making whatever you want to make, Once you have the tools in front of you, it's like if you want to make some country music that day, by
Be
all
on the
means,
country
the
music.
Lord said country that day.
Yeah, that's fire.
That's not me. That's not me for sure. How they smoking?
They're smoking crazy right now. I'm
Super fire. How'd you
faded
like
off this
it
one.
when you
Yeah.
hit the
It was
backwood
good.
versus the joint? Which one do you like more? Would you say?
Backwood took me back to the old days.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure. It's gonna
Yeah.
for sure always get you a little bit
I started-
higher.
I started smoking those in like freshman year of college. One of my homies from San Francisco, he put me onto them.
Yeah.
Bro, he would roll the craziest woods. The craziest. They'd be so perfectly just tucked, but it'd be like 7 in there.
Oh shit! Stop playing.
Yeah.
You're pretty infamous for the 7 grammers.
Yeah, but they don't look like that. They definitely don't look like that. Nobody's talking about my look. I gotta work on my looks, but I'll pack it in there. for
Yeah, you'll
sure.
make it work for sure.
Nah, I've gotten like a double and a triple wood before.
We
so I
talked
was
about
telling
that.
them when you get the double, you gotta roll them together.
Yeah.
So some people will see me do that and they'll like be like, "Hey, roll this whole 7 up in this. And I'm like, damn, I'm about to get 2 woods, you know?
Yep.
Like, just to make sure they fit comfortably, you know? I
Mhm.
put like 7, 8 grams in those, you know?
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, nah. It sucks when you only have like 7 or 8 grams and then someone asks you to roll. Like, oh,
It sucks when the
okay.
pack is bad.
Yeah. Oh, man. Dude.
Makes it even harder for sure.
Yeah,
Some dry
we'll
ass
throw them out.
weed.
We'll throw the wood out. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie,
we
dude.
won't even smoke it at that point.
Yeah,
'Cause we only smoke
That was
fire.
always the worst. Like when you're at the homies, like y'all all threw down on the pack, and you got
Disappointed.
like one after another, all bad.
Yeah.
Oh man, when you get got.
And you got to go back to the store.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you guys like start smoking like back in the day? PJ.
Go ahead,
Oh
BJ.
man, I got tricked. I got tricked by my cousin. I was,
You got?
Yeah, I got tricked, man. I thought I was gonna save my cousin from not getting busted by smoking a joint. Cause I'm gonna tell you the whole story. He was on parole, got out of jail. He was doing good, working a good job and shit. And then I got in his car one day and there was a joint in there rolled up. And I was like, what the fuck? I knew he loved weed. I was like, what? You can't smoke. You get tested like all the time. He's like, I know. I gave someone a ride home and they left this joint in here. And I was like, oh, well, fucking get rid of it, you know?
Mhm.
And then he's like, nah, I can't throw it away. I can't like waste it. And I was like, so, and I was like, I have to smoke it? And then like, you know? And he's like, yeah.
Take one for the
And
team.
then I was like, fuck it, you know? And I was like 14, so
Damn.
I lit it up. Boom, I started ripping him. I'm like,
How'd you feel?
took a couple good rips, started coughing. He grabbed it from me. Like that. He grabbed it. And I was like, what the hell? And he started ripping it. I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, I'm not going to let you smoke your first time by yourself. I'm like, oh, man.
It was a
So
real
he
one.
ended up, yeah. He ended up using fake piss. Shout out to Uncle Smoke Shop with the fake piss. But how about you?
First time I smoked probably was like 13 years old. I just smoked with the homies at like a little there was like a little local like street market thing that would happen like near my city right there, and we would all go there like on Fridays just to like kick it.
Mhm.
And one day the homie brought a pack of woods. He brought some flour, you know. I knew he always smoked, the one homie who brought it, but I never tried it of course yet. They would always smoke up like at the park and shit when we'd play basketball and shit. But I don't know, that day was just kind of different. I was just kind of like interested in trying it because they all smoked, of course, you know. So I was like, let me see what they're talking about, like this feeling of being high and shit. So they were rolling up the wood, and next thing you know, I just hit the wood, and I was gone, man. I was so high that night. My head was spinning and shit, but
Wait, the wood was the first time?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The wood was the first time, so I got like the Nick high and
That's
everything, you
crazy.
know,
Damn.
at 13 years old. So I was like on a sick one that night. So I was like chilling there at the wing stop, all faded, all slumped in the chair. The homies were all like trying to feed me and shit.
Damn.
And I was like, fuck. But then after that, I was like, I chilled for like a couple more years before I started smoking regularly.
Right.
Before I started smoking more regular, it was like at like 16,
Mhm.
17. And then, yeah, and then after that, I was just smoking every day. Flower mostly to begin with. I didn't get into the dabbing too much until like later on. Like maybe like till I was like 18. Started going to the shops, dabbing up some diamonds at first, and then started going to the rosin and of course. And then, you know, now I'm here, of course. You know, I smoke all this other stuff. You know, we go to the events we work with all the other brands that make the rosin, of course, single source or just, you know, they source their materials with fire. Of course, we just smoke only fire.
Single source is fire, bro.
Yeah.
If you can, single
Yeah,
source.
if you could. But some people just have some crazy tech
Exactly,
and they do find good material.
Exactly.
So
That's
it's
all
like,
that matters. As long
I
as you
didn't
got
say
the
it's
clean
all
material.
about the single source.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
it's just so hard. I just like because there are people who do it like Kaya, like there's a bunch of brands out there, Yum Bros, and they all do it like single sourcing, but it's so hard to have the grow lined up and the fire washers and it's just finding genetics and all that is like a whole task in itself, and you have
Right.
to have such a big team, or at least a team fucking super dedicated to everything, because you really have to be finding new flavors that wash well at that. And it's like, yeah, it's a constant marketing and all that other
You got to
stuff too,
keep up with the
it's like,
appetite of the people. You know, the
sheesh.
appetite of the
True.
market is always changing. People
Yeah,
always want something new. They want new flavors. I mean,
but
it's
yeah,
hard for sure to keep up with that, but man, a couple of these guys right now are just killing it.
yeah, I can't wait. We got some good events coming up that we're gonna go to this weekend. Maybe you could pull up with us. We're gonna go to the Trans Bay competition. So that should be like some of the best brands in the LA area,
Yeah.
and some of the bands from like NorCal too compete up there.
Ooh,
But this is a SoCal competition.
word,
So if you're
fire.
gonna pull up with the Saturday, bro, we'll be up there with some of the best brands. With Quale's gonna be competing. So you tasted some of their turfs right now. I know they
Yeah.
got some
They're
collabs
going to be
coming
out
out,
there.
and some that they're gonna be dropping this weekend. So
Fire.
everyone pull up, stay tuned.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know if you're busy Saturday. Don't lock you in.
I could be sick.
We'll put out this episode on Sunday, so they don't say that. Thank you guys all for tuning in, man. This has been a great episode.
Yes,
Make
sir.
sure you guys like and subscribe. Shoot a little comment down
Yes, sir.
below.
Yes,
Why don't
sir.
you tell the people where they could find you at? Plug yourself in, of course. Tell them where they could find some of your new projects, some of your work coming up. Keep up with you.
Yeah, you can find me on just like Instagram. It's real easy. Spiral.Music to use. Just find it there, and then my
Okay.
link tree is like right there.
Okay. Dope. Dope. Yeah, for sure. Check him out, man. He's working on a lot of new stuff. He's always coming out with fire projects, of course, if you have a chance and you're interested in that whole EDM scene. And even if you're just looking to check out something new, check out my boy.
Yes, sir.
Shoot, he does a bunch of stuff from editing and everything. So thank you
I
for.
could DJ your wedding. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, call my boy, man. He'll do
Been
any
there,
type of
done that,
events for
bro.
you. Once again, shout out all of our sponsors for today's episode. Big Quale, Big Crafted for supplying the flour and the rosin for today. If you guys need any of the deliveries, of course, in the LA OC area, for sure call Crafted guys. They're the number one right now to go with.
Thanks for taking time out of your day, brother.
Of course,
I
my
had a
boy.
great one, man.
Absolutely, bro. Thanks for
Appreciate you.
having me.
Yes.
Thank you.
Peace.
Take care, you guys.